Hi everyone, and welcome to Gull Lake United Methodist Daily Devotion, and this is the devotion for Monday, August 23rd. We're getting toward the end of the month. We got this week and a few days into the next week. Our devotion for today is titled Watchful Parent, and our author is Teresa Seberg, and she is writing to us from Texas. So the passage that we are reading today is in the book of Psalms, and it's chapter 46, the whole chapter, so it's 11 verses. God is our refuge and strength, and ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way, and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. Though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her, she will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see the works of the Lord, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes war cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. And so then the verse that we are asked to study to go along with this devotion is the very first verse of that chapter, Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. So let's hear the devotion that Teresa shared with us. Several months each year, our community becomes home to a pair of bald eagles who return to a sturdy group of tall pine trees located directly across from our church. They nest, lay eggs, and nurture their eaglets until their offspring fledge and learn to hunt and care for themselves. Often large groups of onlookers gather to observe the eagles' comings and goings. Everyone seems amazed and in awe at the sight of one of the majestic eagle parents poised on a branch nearby the gigantic nest, guarding its young. Each time I see the crowds gather to admire these protective birds and their devotion to their young, I think of our own protective parents' constant devotion to all of us. The presence of eagles may be rare, but God's presence isn't. And like the eagle parent, God is always poised nearby to guard us. God never leaves us, even when we think we can care for ourselves. May we always be amazed and in awe of God's constant presence, and may we look to God with admiration, giving thanks that God is forever our watchful parent. So Teresa's devotion, like we hear most weeks, is around that theme that God is always with us. But I like when we get analogies. I can relate to a story better myself, and maybe you can do that as well. And so, her analogy of the eagles and the parents and the watchful eye that they give over their eagles, and comparing that to God's love for us and how he watches over us is even more than that of what the eagles do. I think that's a nice way to help remember that yes, God is always with us. And it's all of us, as she said here, God's constant devotion to all of us. He never leaves us, even when we think we can care for ourselves. And sometimes, free will takes over and we think we can do something. And it's nice to be reminded that we are not alone. We don't have to take care of ourselves. God is there to help us. But like the eagle parent, God, he's poised nearby to guard us. Maybe sometimes we might have to make sure, we seek his help and ask for something that we may need. I'm standing here today next to the birdhouse that I had hung for decorations, and we had a pair of bluebirds make their nest in there and had 4 babies, and we've seen them now out and about in the yard. And so when I heard this devotion, it reminded me of our bluebirds. And I'm sure many of you have had that experience of a nest that has been close by. Robins tend to do it quite often. The sparrows and wrens do it as well. So we've all had something that we compare God's love and God being close by and close to us and watching over us, an analogy of our own that we can think back and think about that and think about Teresa's message. So our thought for the day is just that: God is forever my watchful parent. I think that's a very comforting thought for the day. It's nice to know that we have a parent, and that He is forever looking out for us and after us. So in your prayers today, go ahead and we'll widen that to people who care for me, and that'll be our prayer focus. Think of somebody special and think about them today and add them to your prayers. And with that, let's close out the devotion with Teresa's prayer. Creator of all, help us to keep our gaze fixed on you and to give you all glory, honor, and praise for all that you do. Amen. So we've come to the end of our devotion. It's the last full week of August. I hope it's a good one. It's supposed to cool down a little bit before then it fires back up, this heat. Kids getting ready to go to school. Whatever your week looks like, there's lots of things, and I need you to be safe, be healthy, and come back here, and I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. Take care.